Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 5.7 of pre-algebra math, part 1. Email me here for part 2, and there might even be part 3. So for this lesson we have a 36-point class worksheet. We have no points of note-taking today. Teachers, here's your bell work for today. Find the sum or distance students here, and then what is the solution of this equation up here? Give your students 5 minutes. And if you need extra room, students, attach an answer sheet. And if you're taking this online, make sure you take a picture of that and send it in with the rest of your class worksheet. Okay, our solutions for today's bell work. And then this equals this here, negative 11 over 24. So what do we do here? We find an LCD, which is 24. We change our numerators because of that. And we have 4 plus a negative 15, and that's a negative 11 over 24. And then what is the solution of this equation here? Well, negative 5 plus 5, so we add 5 to both sides. We have this isolated over here, and then we combine these two numbers over here. Then we have 7/12 x equals negative 7 over 3. Multiplicative inverse here, and then we multiply both sides by 12 over 7, and we get x equals negative 4. Students, check your work. And this will be A, actually. Okay, into our lesson today, 5.7, equations and inequalities with rational numbers. You use reciprocals to solve equations. You'll use LCD to solve equations and inequalities. So far you follow these steps to solve equations with fractions. Undo any addition or subtraction in order to get the variable term alone or isolated on one side of the equation. Multiply both sides of the equation by the multiplicative inverse of the coefficient of the variable term. And another way to solve an equation with fractions is to declare fractions by multiplying each side of the equation by the LCD of the fractions. The resulting equation is equivalent to the original equation. So here's an example here. We have this situation here, we got a bunch of fractions. What do we do? So what we do here is we multiply our LCD of 6, 2, and 4 will be 12. So multiply both sides by 12 over 1, and this will clear your fractions out. How does it do that? Well, like this. So when you multiply through, you get 10x. I mean, this cancels here, the 6 cancels, this is 2, and then 2 times negative 5x would be negative 10x here. These cancel, this becomes 6, and then this becomes 3 times 3 would be 9. So we have negative 10x plus 6 equals 9. Now it's real simple to solve that. Over, and you get your solution of negative 10x equals 3. Divided through by negative 10, you get x equals negative 3 over 10. So you just cancel out all your denominators that way by using the LCD of all the fractions involved, all the denominators involved. Let's do one here, a guided practice. Students, this is yours here. Watch. So the LCD of 9, 4, and 6 would be 36, so we multiply everything by 36. We clear out all our denominators here. We cancel and then multiply our numerators by what we canceled out to. This would be a negative 6, this would be a 9, this would be a 4, so we multiply across. We end up with this, and then we isolate our variable by methods that we've already done, and then we get negative 2 over 27 equals x. And that's how, pretty cool way of doing it. Let's get into another one here. So we got decimals now. So what do we do with decimals? The greatest number of decimal places in any terms. With decimals is 2. We have 5.14. So we multiply everything by 100. Decimals out. So let's multiply everything by 100. And we do that here. Our decimal is clear. This becomes 230 equals 514 plus 80. We just multiply across. We don't even put these, we don't even turn these into fractions. We just multiply the 2.3 times 100 and everything else by 100. We don't even mess with a fractionated part of a decimal. And then we use the distributive property and multiply through. And then we have this here. Then we solve the usual way. Isolate our variable. At 80m equals that, divide through by 80, and we get negative 3.55 equals m. So that's a cool way of doing it, by doing it that way. Let's try one here. Students, pay attention. So to solve that, we multiply everything by 100 again. Multiply through, we get this here after we do our multiplication here times our decimals. And then we solve by using the usual methods here. And we divide through finally by negative 1 over 20, we get 0.4 for our solution here. So that is a very valuable method. We have multiplied by 100 because we have 77 100s here, and we have 25 100s here. And that was part 1 of lesson 5.7. Part 2 is available here and all your other course materials as well. Thank you very much.